7 all over again. Here's the problem about being a 9 or 10, though. You lose one game, you're done. You have to win twice in order to make it in. So if the Kings were to defeat the Warriors, they then move on to the loser of the Lakers and Pelicans. It's going to be an uphill battle for Sacramento, but it could start with a little revenge.
Well, I'll tell you this, Matt. If you would have told me that the Kings would have to face the Golden State Warriors in a single game elimination contest, I probably would not be feeling too good, especially considering that the Kings are without Malik Monk and, of course, Kevin Huerter. But then, Matt, you know, the more I thought about this over the day after everything played out, you said the R word right before you tossed it over to me, that revenge word. And you think about what happened last year, Game 7, the Golden State Warriors come into Sacramento on their home court. Steph Curry puts up 50 points, and they send the Kings going bye-bye in the playoffs and effectively into the Kings season. So, Matt, there's something in me that thinks the Kings kind of want this matchup to avenge that loss from last season. And something tells me, Matt, I don't think that the Kings are going to allow the Warriors to eliminate them from the playoffs or postseason 2 years in a row.
I understand where you're going. I think I agree with your second point. I disagree with your first. I think Kings and Warriors is such a coin flip that if Sacramento had their choice of the teams in the play-in picture, I think they much would have preferred to play the Los Angeles Lakers, which is crazy to say considering LeBron James is on that team. But the Kings have owned the Lakers this season and were very close. Had the Lakers had lost, the Kings would have finished in 8th, then they would have had a crack at the Phoenix Suns. Even if they lose that game, they do have a chance at either the Warriors or the Lakers here in Sacramento. So I think the Kings would have preferred to take on LA. They may still take on LA depending upon how Tuesday goes and how the Lakers-Pelicans game goes. That being said, yeah, there's definitely a chance at revenge for the Sacramento Kings. However, this time they're going to have to do it shorthanded.
That is very true, and shorthanded is obviously going to be a challenge for them. But hey, you're in the NBA. You still have a great team. You still have a De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis healthy. You got to find a way to win. Now, one of the interesting things, Matt, is at the end of today's game, the question was asked to Mike Brown, what is going to be different about this particular game and the Game 7 of last year? He had some interesting things to say about it, but obviously this is pretty much the same team, both rosters with a few players, obviously. Warriors are a little bit younger, but how do you see this going any different from last year?
Well, the biggest difference that the Warriors are going to see from the Kings is the level of defense that the Sacramento Kings are playing, plus these three-guard lineups. So that's going to be a big difference. However, the difference for the Kings needs to be offensively. They did not look great really more than a handful of times during that playoff series. Even without Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, the Kings need their shooting to carry them through this game because if they're struggling to shoot, their defense is better, but I don't know if it's good enough to stop Steph Curry and company.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible to stop Stephen Curry. Well, guys, I can tell you one thing. Tuesday night will be electric inside of Golden One Center. And for more on the Kings vs. Warriors playing game and coverage of the Sacramento Kings full postseason run, tune into the Locked On Kings podcast hosted by the one and only Matt George, available on the ABC 10 Plus app or ABC10.com.